Okay, back again. Alright, so here's the spring that broke. Oh, lights off. You can see now. Somebody heavenized that thing. Yeah, it just goes back together on its own. Well, trying to twist it back together. Kind of like screw the ends together. Nope, that doesn't work. Good spring, except it's broken. Yep, that was no good. We gotta find something else to use. Oop, there it goes on the floor. Lost forever. Yeah, that thing rolled right away. There it is. Yeah. It was trying to get away. I found it. Okay, so that spring lip there is not going to work too good, but it's a wheel. It doesn't matter. We'll put it in the back. We'll put it inside the brake drum, so it won't matter. And maybe we'll put it on the other side of it because I don't want to go inside my brake drum. We'll figure that one out later. Okay, now we got to figure out our end play for our bearings here. So we have these spacers right here. Of course, all of this is bagged and tagged and separated, so they'll never get mixed up. Yeah, sure. Okay, this one's 432, 434. This one's 432, 433. Yeah, that's why you don't bag and tag it. They're all the same. Okay. I need an axle. Okay. Now these Timken star hubs, you have to have a new axle. You cannot use the factory axles. They will not work. This one's already open. It's the front axle. Okay, aftermarket axles are the same bearing size from here all the way to here. Then they drop down, this goes inside the sleeve. So the bearing sits right here and right here. Bearing fits relatively tight, not super tight. So I've got a clearance on it. Now Harley's axle, they neck them down. Once you get past the bearing surface, they neck down all the way down to here because the bearing's on this side. So it's supported off the sleeve, not off of this. So this is all undercut from here to here. So if you put the bearing over here, it'll have a lot of clearance on it, which means the bearing's not really working. That's why your wheel would walk all over the place. So you have to use these aftermarket axles. The aftermarket axles are all made this way, except for V-Twin. V-Twin makes their wheels to work with stock hubs because they only got stock hubs. They don't sell these Timken hubs. So anyway, you got to have like this where these work correctly. I've seen a lot of the guys run the stock axle and the wheels are loose. Even though everything's tight, they're loose. Alright, so enough said there. Figure it out. Now we're going to see how kind of in-play we got in here. So one way to figure out in-play is you take an axle like that. Put pressure over here with like a spacer. Just happen to have one right here. Put pressure on it. Spins freely. And it has almost no clearance. Hear it? Yeah, sure. Okay, that's kind of excessive. Okay. So this makes a part here, which I just lost a bearing again. We didn't need that bearing, did we? Yeah. Okay, now we can go over this hub. Let's check this one out. We'll use the other spacer, which is the same one anyway. Try that one. That has about the same end play as the other one. Now your wheel walking back and forth like this is not good for handling. Okay, so it appears we're going to have to shorten these up a little bit. I'm not sure how much, but definitely going to shorten them up something because that's not good, especially on my race bike. Now if I screw up and cut too much, we're screwed. I only got these, so they don't sell these. I have to make them. Pain in the ass making these parts. Okay, so now we're going to go over the lathe. I'm going to cut this pig down. The only problem is these won't fit in my lathe because it's got these stupid ass washers here. So I'm going to get rid of one of these. The only problem is these are spot welded in, so they don't just fall off. That's a whole nother problem. Okay, so that means I got to do it a different way. I'm going to use the expanding mandrel, which is more work, more hassle, but we have to do it. Okay, so we need some tools. We need these. We need a hammer. We need something to measure with, and we need a lathe. And the lathe's over here. That's a non-lathe. That's not a lathe. It's dark back here, so turn the light on. There's one light. There's a lathe over here, see? And there's another light. Okay, important tools. Hammer, measuring device. And now we need something to hold this. So it's called an expanding mandrel. And that's buried down here. Down here in the cave. This is called an expanding mandrel. I call that because they expand up a mandrel like that, and then you put that in there and it gets tight. Now see how this one's a little bit, maybe not quite big enough, so I need to go to a bigger one. Here's a bigger one. This one's bigger. Now you see if you can get this one inside of here. Yeah, look at it, it fits. Okay, now if you keep the mandrel off of the tip, I don't have to cut into it when I do it. Okay, now you just take this, you flip it around, you hit it with a hammer right here, wax it. That ought to be enough. Okay, now I can cut this piece off here without hitting anything, and true it up and see what we got. You put this between centers, you hold it on this side, you put this in your center, and it cuts it centered. Simple. Back over here. Now if you just grind this with a grinder like a lot of people do, it's not a very good job, not very accurate. So instead of your bearings pulling it nice and even like they're supposed to, so you got full access to rollers, it's like this, so one's wobbling, which means the wheel's not hitting on a very good area, which means the bearing will wear out on you because you dumbass did it wrong. There's a lot of those out there too. I've seen a lot of them done that way. Okay, there's our tip. Boom, boom. Somebody asked what that handle does. It tightens the damn thing up so it doesn't move. That's what it does. There's one over here that locks this one too. That puts pressure on it. That locks it. Okay. Sure, somebody was cutting some cylinders last time. Okay, so now I'm not sure how much we're going to cut. We're going to cut a little bit. Now normally I put the indicator right here, but there ain't no room for it. So I'm going to have to put the indicator over here. So I have to clean the lathe slightly. There. See, now you can see I never cleaned my, or I have cleaned my lathe. It's not never cleaned, I've cleaned it once. That's enough. There's my indicator. You can tell I keep it clean. Look at all the chips in there. Okay, put this thing over here. Hopefully it'll lay someplace. Okay, so that allows me to zero it out so I can tell where I'm at. Okay, right now the bit's not hitting. We move it over until it hits. Right there it stops. Come over here and set our 0. Now you can tell what we got. Okay, we back off a little bit. See how the needle moves. Should have clearance. Oh, this thing's stuck in low gear. Almost like we were cutting big, like cylinders last time. I'm going to do a gear change. In this case, a pulley change. Low, second, third. Everybody wants to know what this thing does over here. It engages the motor, see? See how the dip tilt gets tighter? When it's loose, it doesn't work. When you put tension on it, it gets tight. It's a clutch, basically, by a slipping belt. If you rode a 1903 through 1915 Harley, you would know all about belts. That's how they engaged them. Not those new fancy-ass new bikes either. I'm talking old stuff. Okay. Look at that wobble. Alright, let's see how close this thing is. We're hitting Set my 0. Oh, too deep. This bit is too fat. Okay, we're going to go. I'm going to cut 5 valves off right there. Alright, that's a 5 valve pass. Okay, let me turn that off, move all this stuff out of the way, take this stuff all out. Take everything off the machine, and we start over. Okay, now we hit it on this side to knock it off the taper. And preferably you don't drop it on the floor because it's bad for it when you do that. So as you use your body, use your leg. There we go. Alright, so now, how much did we actually cut? Okay, this one here is at 432-ish. 433, 432, somewhere in that area. This should be 5 less. 28. 28, there you go. That's why I used the dial indicator. Okay, I'm going to deburr it with a deburring tool here, because I don't like burrs. The outside edge is really sharp too. That's what they make files for. This is a file. Knock the burr off. Burr gone. Next time I'll cut this one off. Okay, now I get to go back and try this out. Gotta blow the chips out though. Let's see, we need the old one. Yeah, I need this one. Make a pit stop right here. Gotta blow the chips off. Don't put any chips in our new wheel hub bearings. I could move the hub closer, but then I get in the machinery. I don't want to do that. I get dirty. Okay, let's see what we got. This is the one I cut. Appears to be loose. Did I cut anything? Appears to be still pretty damn loose. Yeah, I'm thinking we need more. I don't like making big cuts. 5's a lot because it takes more than 5 in play out. That probably took out about 8 or 10 in play. Did I use the right spacer? Yep, I used the one that was cut too and everything. Alright. So I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to take this one that I haven't cut. I'm going to cut this one. That way I don't butcher this one again. Now we'll try this one. We're going to cut it down too. I'm going to go back over here, and everything I just did, we get to do again. There it is right here. This time I put it further down the sleeve here, so now I won't cut into this piece here, which I don't want to cut into. I don't like cutting my tools up. So now I got a clean cut. I can cut all the way in there now. Otherwise I have to get a bit with a different radius on it. That was too big. Okay, I'm going to run this all the way down here again. right there. This thing is 0. Okay, we zeroed it. Okay, we cut 10 last or 5 last time. I don't really want to cut 10, that'd be too much. So I'm going to cut 8. That'd be 3 more than last one. There's 8. See how quicker it is when I don't have to worry about hitting my part. Get that out of the way. Pull that off. Beat this out. Do the old famous deburr job. More deburring. Alright, let's go see what we got here. We were what, 28 last time? This should be 25. Ooh, this one's way different. It's 23. Yeah, 24. I cut more than I wanted to. This one must have been slightly shorter. Or it was uneven. So it's 22 to 24. 22 there, 24 there. This one's not even. When I cut this side, it'll be more even. If we cut it. Alright, let's go see what we got now. This one cut a little bit more than I wanted to, but I think it'll be alright. Oh, I don't need the calipers with me. Alright, let's go see what we got. Okay, what's it going to be this time? Okay, I'm going to mark these so I know which one's which. Red. It's red, see? Red goes with the hub that's not powder coated all the way. Unless we change it. Oh, we got maxed up. Okay. A lot better. It's definitely a lot better than it was. Okay, let's check this bearing. When you get closer, you start actually looking at keeping the parts individually at each hub. This one's tighter. Still take a couple out. Okay. So we'll take 2 more thou out of both out. We can take probably 4 out of one of them. I don't know about 4. 4 is a lot. You'd be surprised how little that 3 or 4 thou we still got left in there will come out quick. Okay, red one's the last one we did. That'd be this one here, red. This one was uneven also, remember it was 22 to 24. 24, 23 right there, 21 right there, 22. Alright, so I'm going to put this one in and trim this side here. I'm just going to trim it face and stop and we'll go back and measure it. It'll be up to 2-3 thou we're taking out just to make it square. Alright. Now these are not machine bore tubes, so they do wobble a little bit when you put them in. It's only going to follow what's in there. It's not going to be perfect. Quick and dirty way of doing stuff, but not dead accurate. It's fairly accurate, but it ain't dead, anywhere near dead accurate. Okay, let's see what we got now. right there. Out. Probably one more I really want to do. What are we looking at? Are we looking at the wrong thing over there? Maybe? Damn camera guy. Not paying attention again. Ah, it gets hard on your hand too, but it's alright. Pain's a good thing. It keeps you awake at night. Don't want to be falling asleep on the job, you know. Alright. What do we got this time? We were at 22 in the low. 21. 22. 21. Okay, now it's even. So when I cut 3 thou off, I only cut really only one in my low spot. But the bearing's not seeing the low spot, it's seeing the high spot. Alright, one more time. Okay, this one here was a little bit closer than that one, I think. At least it felt closer. What did I delete the damn other spacer over there? Dumbass. Watch out for dumbasses around here. Use that spacer. Here, we use these for spacers. There we go. It's pretty good. You see it? Probably not. See the echo chamber over here. Hear how loud the bench is? Hear that? Maybe we'll get some of my bench banging deal. See how it intensifies the noises by about 10 times? It sounds pretty good there, huh? And so when you're over here, you don't hear it as much. It's wearing in though. I could probably take one more out of that one. Maybe. Okay. Okay, this one's supposed to go over here though. See what the difference in our hubs are. See, now you're close enough you can tell the difference now. Yeah, pretty equal. Yeah. Pushing really hard. Hurts my hand. Ah, I know how to do it. There, I can put a little more pressure on it now. That's just about zero. Push really hard. For some reason I tighten the piss out of it with my big nut on the end of it. We'll be at zero. We'll be tight. Let's go see how it looks on this sub. Because I tighten the piss out of my axles. Yeah, okay. We're going to put the red one with this one. We need one more thou on that one because that tub's slightly tighter than this one. So we're going to go try to make it slightly tighter. So this was 21.2, we need to be 22.3. That's what we need to be. Let's go see how close we can get to that. That was 28, I think, this other one. You need to take 5 thousandths off. Max 5 thousandths. Yeah, maybe 6. Alright, let's get this one. But this one's not flat either. So we gotta square it up. This one's at 27 right now, but it's unsquare. But it's flatter than that last one was, so it's pretty close. So I'm not going to cut this all at one shot because this is not really square. Bang, bang. So we're going to do 2 cuts. First, we're going to square it. I'm going to come back and do the final cut. Touching it right there. Zero. Down to where I'm at. Alright, so we got 0 here. We're just touching here, see? Hear it? I think we cut 1 already. Okay, we want to go down. We're at 28, 27. We're 27. We need to get down to 23, 22 to 23. Well, I don't want to take it all at one shot. So I'm going to give it 3 thousandths. 3 well, right there. Trim it. Better to sneak up on it than cut too much. Whoa! Camera getting away from me there. Alright, so now we're going to pull this out. Test out my hand again. And I'm going to leave it sharp. I like to tell which side I just cut. $24, $25, $22, $24, $5. So we need 2 more thou off of this to be $22, $23. Okay. I thought I'd be within a thou, or a thou and a half. I'm 2. See, that's why you don't cut it all at once. Put it back on the same side I just cut, so hopefully it repeats. We'll see. Okay. Tip. We're going to pull out 1 thou. 1 more thou. And it looked like it cut more than 1 to me. I bet you I went to 21 on that one. And we'll see. Probably get this one here like that. That. Whoa. I'm digging too far out. Hopefully we didn't cut too much. Seemed like it was a big cut to me. We're good. Why is it 24? 23 and a half. 22 down there. 22, 23 and a half, 20. It's high on one side. So it's a little bit uneven. All right, we'll go with that one. Should crush the fit. I tighten that damn axle down, it'll get tighter. So this goes back away. Remember to put your tools away when you're done with them so you don't lose them. And nobody else gets a hold of them to break them for you. That's the biggest problem. Either break them or they lose them. Then you can't find your stuff you need. You spend hours looking for them. Then you find them a year later. I've had that problem before, can you tell? Okay. Guess I'm figuring on not coming back, so you must turn the lights off too. California sucks on electricity bills. Alright, so caliper goes back over there. Hammer goes back where you can use it. Very important tool. Okay, this one here is slightly taller, so it's going to go on this hub. The redwood now goes on the good hub. Okay, so we're going to take that off. Put this one on. Put you on. Put you on. Yeah, you. Oh, missed it. There's that one. One drop bearing. Holding tool. Seems a little loose. It's weird. Yeah. The loose one I thought it would be. Check this one over here. Yeah, a little looser this time for some reason. Alright, I don't know. I like that. Yeah. A little looser than I thought it was going to be. Need a thou off that thing. Now I'll go back and cut a thou. Now one thing you don't want to try to do on cutting on this crappy ass material is try to cut a thou. They don't work very well. We'll file it. It's dark over here. I gotta turn the light on. I'm gonna hold it on just the outside here. Actually, I can probably just hold it right on the outside of that. Like that. Not very even. No. Go back like I was going to do the first time. Hold it right in there. So this file is pretty dull, so I'm going to give me a good file. This one's dull, but it hasn't been abused so much. It's flat. Very even. When you wobble like that, it doesn't make it very flat. Might be doing more damage than good doing that this sort of. That's not even close. I did enough to make any difference. We'll go see. Don't need much. Otherwise I'm going to leave it because I'm more likely if I try to cut it, it'll cut more than I want. And then it'll be tight. Better to be loose than tight. This is going to be the rear wheel anyway. It doesn't matter if it's slightly looser than the front. I've already made my decision about that earlier. Yeah, I'm still loose. Didn't make any difference. I didn't think it did. Alright. We'll leave it. I'm just going to tighten the hell out of the axle though. That'll tighten up on its own. Okay, so we got that done. That was quick and simple, wasn't it? Okay, get all the parts. You go there, you go there, you go there. We've got seals. This is going to be the front hub. So it gets the two good seals that aren't screwed up. Okay, this seal here has no spring on it, and this one here, the spring's screwed up on it. I'm not going to try to straighten it because it already broke one for whatever reason. So I'm going to put that over there. We're going to put the part with the spring on it on the drum side. I don't care if it leaks oil out the other side or grease. It's not going to leak grease anyway, it ain't going to matter. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. Okay. Where's my greaser? Okay, to start packing chingus. What easy squeeze. I don't know if they sell these anymore. How about this back in the 90s? Alright, basically you put it in there and it stuffs grease up the rollers. Okay, looks like it's got the oh, this is the, what the hell's the name of that crap? Bill Ray. Expensive crap. Usually it goes upside down as I remember. Squeeze. Squeeze. See how the grease comes up through the rollers there? It's now packed. Now you take it out of here. Got lots of grease on it now. I always like packing them in the roller right there. Just like that. Get a little bit on the outside. Put some in the bearing race. Not a hell of a lot, just a little bit. Only about that much. You got grease on everything. Pack it in there. Now, if you want, you can put another smear coat in there, or just leave it at that. That's pretty good already. That's my dirtiest rag out these days. The dirty rag when you need it. Found one. Okay, that's easy enough right there for packing them in. So it looks like that. Now if you want to put a little more grease in there to really put a nice layer in there, because you're not going to be back for years and years and years, or you don't want to get one more water in there, you go ahead and put a little bit like that. Just push it on in like this. And that's packed in there pretty good now all the way around everything. You can put a little bit more in there if you want. About that much more. That's all you really need. And you can put a little bit more of a layer in there just like that. I'll put just a little bit more in there. This is a maximum pack. Okay, now the rollers are completely coated with grease. It's all smeared in there. A little bit in the center hole we don't need. So that's maximum. You don't need more than that. If you pack any more than that, it just doesn't really do anything. You can actually start having problems with stuff. Okay, this is the best seal, or is this the best seal? Both of these are really good looking. Okay, I don't like my seals being dry, so you want to put a little bit of grease on the seal like this. It also cleans your finger off as you put it all on the seal. Okay, now that's ready to go in. Put something like this under to protect it. And then screw the seal up and you beat it on. Okay, it's in there flush now. Now this one here, this one rides on the big sleeve, as I recall. So this might have to go a little bit deeper than this. It might hit. This is the one that had the snap ring on it. So if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can knock in a little bit deeper, or just leave it flush. This one had that snap ring in there, so I knocked it down to where it's just even with a snap ring there, and then you're done. You got about an 1/8 inch gap between the bearing and the seal. That's a good place to be. Alright, so that side's done. Okay, now you take the spacer, make sure you don't forget to put that in. Goes in there like that. I'll go ahead and pre-lube the bearing race here. Alright. Dry bearing. See how it squirts up around the bearing there pretty good. Some on the outside. This grease is green. You might wonder why I'm not using Tribodine. I'm too cheap to put it in here. I don't need it. It's not a race bike. It's only a drag bike. They don't go that fast. Saving it for important jobs. Okay. A little grease. I'll get a bunch of it in there this time. Alright, a little bit dry on that corner compared to the other side. A little more grease out of there. Get the rest of it out of the packer there while I'm at it. Alright, I'm just smearing it around is all I'm doing. Alright, it's got enough in there anyway. Plenty of grease. Okay. Once again, lube up the seal. Okay, this one here gets the spacer on this side. Now to put a spacer and kind of wobble around a little bit, trying to get the lip to go all the way in. If you see the lip inverting on you, you push it in too hard. Okay, that one goes on there like that. Then it gets the fake cover on there. Fake cover. like that when you're done, see? Fake. Okay, these here has all that crap on there. Wiping off my thumb. So let's see what will break. We'll get that off of there. Brake clean don't work very well. I need a drip. There we go. I got a drip to come out finally. He didn't want to drip. Let's see if it cuts that crap off. That is not cutting the crap off. Whatever that crap is, it ain't coming off that way. See, I need my ultrasonic cleaner. What this junk is, it just kind of pretty much only rubs off. So instead of brake clean, it probably needs carburetor cleaner. It's more aggressive. B12 carb cleaner. Carb cleaner cuts funky crap off. Brake clean just blows shit around. Smell different too. Okay, so I got a little bit of that on there. Ooh, that actually did cut it. Yep, that cut it. Okay, once again, carb cleaner comes through in a pinch. A little more. Alright, I got my pretty ass chrome on there. I gotta have my pretty chrome. I'm into cosmetics, you know. Alright, that one's good. Okay, now I got this one over here. It's got the same crap on it, whatever it is. Rubby, rubby, rubby. See how it breaks it down? Whatever that junk is. I think maybe Fred snuck in here and came all over it. Thinking that's what it is. I can blame it on Rick. I can just blame it on my solvent. I think it's just dried up solvent. I've been across this crap before. Alright, now it's all cleaned up. See? Simple. Good deal. What are these snap rings we got? We got double snap rings. Why do we got double snap rings? Yeah, they got snap rings on both sides. Look at that. Why'd they do that? They really didn't want those bearings to fall out. How are they going to fall out if you got the axle in there? That's what I want to know. It only took Harley 10 years to figure that out in the 70s. They didn't give it until 84. They were really smart. Okay, these have ugly ass Phillips head screws, not nice straight slots like you're supposed to have. Once again, it's a drag bike, not a show bike. So I know they're butt ugly, but will anybody else know? Oh, that powder coat does not want to work. Maybe it's going to make me go in there and have to go through every hole, clean it up. Yeah, that's pretty tight stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a little tapping here. See, the screws aren't all the way in, but they're tight. They're almost all the way through though. Maybe these screws are too damn long too. That doesn't surprise me. The other thing is I don't like star washers on these either. That ain't coming out. That's just screwing up my bit. This screwdriver ain't the right type for the thread. I've run across that before too. The little dinky one's too hard to unscrew also. You have less leverage. Alright, we're going to come back with this later. I am going to tap these holes out a little bit. And I'm going to put some real lock washers, not these stupid ass star ones on here. Because I don't like the looks of them. Of course, they've already screwed up the chrome on the cover, because that's how they were mounted originally, but oh well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do this sleeve over here. So this is our rear one. Got a little extra goo right here to use. Alright, here we go. Bearing. Squeeze a little bit. Again. Oh, dumbass. Put it on upside down. See how it doesn't pack that direction? At least not very well. See, nothing was going through. Flip it over. 1, 2. Now it's lubricating it correctly. So I need some more grease, so we'll give it 3. That got it squirting out of there pretty good. Alright. Need some grease. Okay. There we go. Quit screwing around. Some grease on there, I can use it. One more of those. Yeah. Kind of getting on my finger. Okay, this is the drum side, so I need the one with a seal spring on it. That'll be this one here. Go a little bit deeper. Looks good. That one's done. Spacer, don't forget it. Some more grease. Well, these were brand new hubs too, so all this stuff was pre-done at the factory. Don't forget. Factory always does everything perfect. Ask anybody. One more. Okay. That's why I always redo everything. So I know the dumbass at the factory didn't care about it as much as I do. So why should I trust his work? Keep the grease contained in the grease utensil there. Smeared a nice good coat in there. Okay, this is the seal that's not really going to work all that well. Be low drag. I barely even got any tension on it. Yeah, it's all the way down. Couldn't feel it all the way down. Okay, this one we went slightly deeper with, as I recall. Barely. Try to go even. You don't want to go even. That means quit going. Semi-even. Spacer. Now this we have to worry about screwing up the spring because it's already screwed up. It's not in there. See how the seal is rolled over there a little bit? Move it around until it pops up. If the seal has a rolled over edge on it, it will never seal. Okay, that one's done. Okay, so these are all done. Ooh, that has a sharp, pointy thing on there. I know how to take care of these problems. I believe I had all these years and I've never done that yet. It was the first time I closed it that way. I can go like that and not hurt myself. Maybe I'm just getting old. My hands are getting thin. These calluses are getting thinner. Okay, so I'm going to go find me a tap that looks like this. I'm guessing that's quarter. It looks like it's quarter 24, but it's hard to believe that they would actually make it that thread. You don't think they'd make it a Harley factory oddball thread, do you? That's hard to believe they would do that. Maybe they did. Quarter 24 thread. See. Like that. That does not appear to be the right thread. I wouldn't think they would do that. Oh, I found the hole in the bag. It's on this side. That's a special bag. It's got 2 holes in it. There you go. I think I've had that problem before. Okay, so now I'm going to go figure out what thread this really is. I'm going to go over here to our tap selection, which is right up over here. And we're going to pick one out. I'm going to go with this one right here. That's a quarter 20. Look at that. That does not appear to be the right one either. You don't suppose these are metric, do you? This one's fine thread. I know it's not that one. Appears to be some unknown thread. I'm guessing metric. You don't suppose them Taiwanese guys made it out of metric thread, do you? I think 24 is going to be our closest number to metric. Alright, so we got our thread pitch gauge right here. So we got 16, 15, 14, 13. We're going the wrong direction here. This is obviously the wrong package of them there. Let's see here. Those are way too fine. It's got to be the one I want. 54 threads per inch. Nah, I don't think I need that one. I always pick the wrong one. It always takes me 3 times, if not longer. Okay, what number do we got here? It's the same one we were just on. See? That's the 4th one, or 3rd one. I've already repeated it. Now, did I get that one or this one? I'm going to go with this one. 50 threads per inch. That's a good one. There we go. We got 20. See, 20 does not work. And you go to 24, which is Harley thread. That appears to be the right thread. So it appears they copied Harley oddball thread. Even though that tap didn't look like it was the same, it obviously was. Alright. So we're going to use our Harley oddball tap. Use our chingus right here. Goes up on top. Turn that off. Alright. Tap will get open way up to put this in there. There it goes. Alright, back over to here. Screw. These have been chromed and powder coated. So between the two, the screw don't want to go in. Yep, there's one. I'm shocked that they actually used Harley's threads on here. Usually they use a bunch of, usually use 1/4 threads, what usually I've seen. Alright. So I gotta do all of these holes, and I gotta get some lock washers. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. You can watch the video go any longer, it already is. We'll be back. Alright, we're back again. Holes are all tapped out now, so now the screws should go in. Until I drop it again. I'm gonna do that anyway. Okay, I went and got my impact knocker bit because it has a nice, good fitting bit in there that fits these screws really good. I'm gonna go ahead and stay with these Star Wash because the covers are already screwed up anyway. And I'm just gonna continue with them. I made an executive decision. Notice how freely they go in now? Don't have to beat the hell out of them. Of course that one there got tight. But it's going right down. And I am not using red Loctite on these either. If you feel like you need to put red Loctite on your parts, you have a problem. Okay, this one here is the bogus screw. I'm going to put that on the back hub. Okay, there's that one. That's you. There's that one. That one. I'm going to go ahead and bang these on the knocker. So I'll hold that thing. Doing every other one. And last one. Okay, those will not be falling out. Spacer still rotates correctly. Good deal. Hopefully the axle goes on there too. Okay, so that hub is done. Okay, I'm going to put this one on. This is our front hub. You always put the best components on the front. Two reasons. One is you can see all the crap in the front easily, not the back. Why would that block washer not go down there? It's stuck on there, see? There we go. The other reason is the front wheel has more to do with the stability of the bike than the back. So if your front end wobbles all over the place, your bike's going to wobble all over the place. It's going to have a very unsecure feeling when you go into a corner or braking, or anything that really matters. The back end pretty much follows along for the road, so unless it's doing something really stupid back there, like wobbling all over the place, you're not really going to notice it. So that's why you always make the front wheel better in every respect that you can think of. We have extra parts. What are we going to do with these? I don't know. Maybe we can send them back to Taiwan, get a refund. Think that'll happen? Ooh, what the hell is that popping noise? It goes again. The star hub and the hub bolt pattern do not match with each other. One more over here. Okay, I'm going to start on a point this time. That'll be where we're going to start at. Usually give them 2 hits. One brings it down where it feels like you're doing something, and one more to make sure it's tight. If you think you need a third one, you give it a third one, but depends on how soft the first hit was. Like that one was soft. It felt a little better. Double tight. There we go. Dropped it right on the floor. You notice how my powder is not chipped at all. Got a few scratches on there from all the beating and banging we've been doing on the whole night. So this powder coat's a pretty good job. When you bake it on correctly, it stays on good. When you underbake it, it's soft, it flakes off like crazy. That's how most powder coaters do it. They don't want to spend the time to bake it on like you're supposed to. Even though they know how to do it, they won't do it right. Even if you tell them to do it right and charge extra, they'll charge you extra, but they still won't do it right. Until you find a guy that actually knows how to do it and is willing to do it. When you find that guy, don't piss him off. Keep taking work to him, don't complain too much. Unless he screws up, then get on his ass about it, because he'll probably appreciate it. Maybe. Okay, so now we got 2 brand new hubs, rebuilt, ready to go. Gloss black instead of crappy flat black. I don't know why they don't make them this way to begin with. So we got good grease in it, and it's now got the correct end play. So everything is correct. There's no Zerk fitting in here. So you don't need a Zerks, I guess. Lifetime lubrication. Alright, so now I can put a wheel together. And get this mess cleaned up, we'll get on to that.